Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Everyday People Doing Everyday Shit, episode 68, I believe. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out one way or another. This is a podcast featuring myself, Aunt Pruitt, freelance content creator, actor, model, all that good stuff. Hanging out over here in the studio with the one and only Queen Pruitt, also known as Phoebe Pruitt, sitting right there. Another creator at large. How you be over there?
I'm swell.
Excellent.
How you doing?
Unbelievable as always. And today we are doing a little different stuff because we have a freaking in-house panelist showing up. They thought they was going to show up and be in the peanut gallery, but I was like, hell no, that ain't happening. You're going to be on these daggum mics. Ladies and gentlemen, folks watching Everyday People, welcome Lee Janine sitting over here.
Hello.
How you be, dear?
I am doing very well. This is exciting.
Yes. Now, I don't want you to clam up and get all shy on me over there because I know the real you, and I need you to make sure you bring it on these here mics.
She will.
Okay.
This is the opening, right?
You know, she's going to be the one that she's usually the one that tries to keep me in check too, and so that's all right. The thing is, I respect that. So it's all good. Mm-hmm. But thank y'all for being here, everybody live watching on YouTube.
Hey,
We're
John.
recording earlier than we normally do for this particular occasion. Live folks hanging out. Tanya, Deandra, someone with an acronym initial A. Candace Brazo's in here.
Hi, Candace. Yeah, she's in LA.
Thank y'all for being here. I see Janine Skate something. I think I know who that is. Janine Skate Scrapbook. Okay. Good to see you, little weirdo. Thank y'all for being here. My mic sounds roomy, he says. That's interesting.
Uh-oh.
I could fix that there. There we go. All right. But yeah, thank y'all for being here. And thanks for clicking the like and share and subscribe button on YouTube and all of that magical algorithmic stuff. So as usual, we'll get into just our random everyday shit. Queen Pruitt, what has been going on with you?
Well, I mean, at the moment, I'm still learning and growing and going.
Going. Where are you going, dear?
I don't know. I'm just on the path, bruh. That's how I have to approach these here days that come, just wake up. Okay, I woke up, so.
Wow.
Yes.
I love the enthusiasm here.
Guess I need to do something with this here day. Yeah, that's about it. Had class today. It was like my Friday, and I applied in these here streets over here, with the elite Starks.
Oh yeah, that steakhouse.
Yeah, hopefully I get, a little call back. That's another form of acting.
Yeah,
but anyway,
it is. You do have to perform.
I'm
in
gonna
the
I'm gonna
interview.
cut it short. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff going on. But I'm so excited that my blood, she my niece, but she
Okay.
she feels me. I feel her. It's so
Yes.
nice to be around. I'm so
And I
glad
found
you're
that
here.
picture. I've never
Oh
seen
my
that picture
gosh.
before.
I was like,
Picture.
that has to be me. At first, I thought.
You should have sent it to Anthony.
What picture y'all
With an
see?
emoji.
I can send it.
See, this is the kind of stuff that's just perfect for radio and podcasts when you just start talking about inside jokes. that
Well,
nobody
no,
else
it's not
gets.
an inside joke. She was at our uncle's
Yes.
house.
Into
You can
your
tell
mic.
him.
Oh,
I'm gonna see
and
if I
I
can
was
find
just
it.
looking through the photo album, looking through photo album, and I saw this picture of me taking the bath in the sink, and somebody was holding me, but I couldn't recognize
Oh man.
who was holding me, and I was like, "Who is this holding me?" And it was Phoebe.
Oh,
I'm sending
man.
it.
She
so
had
you
me
can
in the
share it.
tub,
Dude.
the classic bathtub sink
And it
for
was in
newborns.
my childhood home in Charlotte, North Carolina. So that was really special because I don't have I definitely don't have any photos of myself in my childhood home.
Interesting.
in that house that I grew up in.
Interesting.
I wish I did, but look, my uncle's got one.
Yeah.
You know,
It's probably more.
I'm pretty sure it is. I can't even imagine the pictures that are going around.
I've never seen that picture.
I have never seen it. I'm sending it to you right now.
Okay.
But I had to narrow it down to me or your mom.
It was the complexion.
The complexion. That gives it away right there.
The complexion gave it away.
The complexion gave it away.
I wonder why why your moms didn't take pictures back then. Because speaking of
Somebody had to.
the Pruitt household, man, my mom's, my grandma, my granddad, not so much my dad, somebody always had a camera. Somebody was always taking pictures of mundane things, you know. And then, of course, they take pictures of the birthdays and stuff like that. But somebody always had a camera. And that's probably why I like cameras. I don't know.
I know my sister did. Her mom, she took pictures once she was born. But other than that, I don't remember any photos being taken at my childhood home, and it made me think about it. But evidently they were. Mm-hmm. But who took it?
She's talking about the bathtub.
It was when your mom.
It must have been.
When she started it.
She's talking about the bathtub shot. That totally took my head to a picture of Isaiah.
Yes.
When he was getting the bath, and he was actually in a little plastic tub thing though on top of the sink, right?
Yeah. No, he was in the sink.
Oh, he was in the sink.
That's all I knew.
I couldn't remember, but I just remember that dude just wailing at the top of his lungs.
Jake, the younger one. Jacob hated it.
It was Jake that was in the tub.
He hated taking baths.
Oh my gosh, the sound that would come out of him.
If I ever find that picture, I will put it in the show notes. But I swear, when you see it, you could hear it just from looking at the damn picture. I mean,
it came to life.
This dude, he was so loud. I want to say my mom's used to call him Hollering Jack.
That sounds like a Western name.
Yeah, all the time.
So it's refreshing. Eventually, it would have come to you.
I found
That's
a picture,
awesome.
so let me pull that up.
It just the reason I know it was me is because
I got your picture, I should say.
Them fingers. Them.
Yeah, that's you.
Bited.
Oh, that is you.
Oh wow! I was like, "Is
it's
this
the tip
me?"
of the nose.
That's you, hands down.
You can see it just like that.
Yeah.
Look at that house. I remember that sink.
Let's talk about that hair. Let's talk about that hair. Can we zoom in? Yes.
Oh my goodness! You know what it looks like. Oh my goodness! What's his name? And
you have pompadour going on right now?
No, maybe that was the style. And what's his name? The comedian. What's his name? The one from. See, I don't have the words.
Here we go again.
I don't know.
Give her the words, folks.
The movie with Jim
Ace Ventura.
Carrey. Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
That was the big. That's what I saw when I looked at the picture. I was like, why does some bangs look like Ace Ventura?
Oh, those are bangs.
There has to be bangs. What else is it gonna be?
Why are they up?
I thought bangs.
know.
I don't know much about hair, but I thought bangs went down over your forehead, not up.
Who knows
towards
what
the
year
ceiling.
that was and what the
I was a
style
baby.
was.
It had to be
So we know it was in
1988.
the 80s.
And I was not one of the cool kids.
Clearly not.
I was just looking at what is in that can
Uh-huh.
behind me. With
All of those things,
bacon grease.
all of that stuff on the shelf, and it was that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Like bacon grease. Look at the dish detergent.
And there's no Johnsons and Johnsons.
Vanilla
so
bean.
was I being bathed in
Got you some
Dawn?
vitamin C
at that.
there. Looks like vitamin C.
Oh,
some
and my
pepper.
sister, that's the first time I had hot sauce because she was telling me, you don't want none of that. And I'm like, but I do. She's
Is this
like,
holy water back here? It looks like it's got
Who
praying
knows?
hands on it. It looked like holy water.
It could be.
What
Look at
the
that shelf. And could go down some more. Like the sink. Was it
paper
a double
towel
sink?
holder that clearly retired.
Was not working. It never worked. I don't remember that ever working.
Oh, look at my face.
Look at that face. I remember those eyes.
I look like I want my mom.
Yes, please help.
Get her.
Please get me out of here.
Oh, she was my first baby doll. That was alive, though. She was.
That's too funny.
John Helm said, "Why they up? I don't know why they was up. I thought that was it had to be the style at that time for whatever reason.
Release those demons, yes.
That is so
the holy water.
Funny.
I saw a TikTok. This lady was putting holy oil on the plane as she walked in
Ooh.
to bless the plane.
What?
Hey, you might have to do that these days because planes going down.
Or just go to sleep. I said, if something happens, just wake
go to
me up.
Yeah, or just I don't wake up and I go to sleep through here and see my Jesus or wherever.
I went
glory.
to sleep. No sleep aids. I slept every flight.
And that's the best thing to do, especially if you're anxious and I ain't gonna lie.
My
if
brain
I had to fly right
overloads.
now, I would probably be anxious, and I've never been an anxious flyer. I liked being on the airplane.
I can't say
really
that I'd be
did.
anxious. I'm as bad as this sounds. I'm looking at these ticket prices gonna go down.
They not.
That's what I'm thinking.
They won't.
Ticket prices gonna go
No.
down. And you're more than likely right.
I'm absolutely right.
But
They haven't.
Nothing. You can look, Pete. All these things are breaking out with chickens and whatnot. You know.
Oh, the flu. The bird flu.
But is that stopping people from buying eggs?
Well, yeah, we still got to eat. Unfortunately.
Exactly. So no, or chicken.
I will say this though: the
And it's
damn
still
gas
high.
prices has stopped me from doing my Lyft driving.
They went up.
Man, gas is damn near $6 for me. It's damn near
I don't
$6
look
a
at
gallon
it
for
until
me.
I have to. I promise. I hate looking at the gas
And
gauge.
so that means we go to the Costco to get our gas, but when I see it going down the street, I'm thinking, shoot, it's still gonna be too expensive. So I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do the Lyft driving as much now. I did. I drove like 2 days ago, and it hit me, and I was like,
Do you know how much it is at Costco? Because I know I'm
It's
getting
normally take about 20 to 30 cents difference. Yeah,
well, what it is.
and it's still way too much.
It's almost $6
It's almost
again.
for me.
I remember seeing.
I don't know
here.
about for yours, but for the premium, it's damn near $6.
I remember seeing $5.99 once here, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" This was back in the day, so I know it can happen. I was blown away when that happened, and I think I was even working in Napa.
Nope.
Yeah.
I fill
You
up
do?
a lot. Nope.
You really do. 'Cause
$2.98.
You still have a home here.
$2.98.
Yeah, but you still have a. Hey, you still paying for it though.
Not gas.
Not gas. Not gas.
Not gas.
John Helm
You
says
probably
people are
realize-
thinking about raising chickens now with the egg prices. Actually, people do that pretty regularly here in the area. You can go to Katati and see chickens running down Main Street.
I want one. I need a couple.
I don't like eggs that much to where I mean I don't have to have them.
They
Dude,
eat the hell out of
it's
eggs
fuel.
in here.
It's fuel.
Yeah.
It ain't about taste. It is great freaking protein.
You know that built for it tough that you used to say, like you live here, you're gonna start eating food that,
It's
it
just,
ain't even
like
about the
whole
taste
milk
anymore. No, just eat it so it fills your body. Don't eat it because this is so good. No, you didn't. No,
don't get me wrong. I can cook, but most of the time it's all about making sure we're getting our sustenance. Make sure we get decent food.
I mean, it's a
decent
house full of
calories.
athletes too, though,
I
so
ain't
that
no
makes
athlete.
sense. Well, that's why you get special
I'm
meals.
supposed to be though.
You're supposed to be an athlete. Is that what
Yeah,
you
I
said?
heard that yesterday in class. The professor said that if you are an actor, you should be working out every day.
Oh wow!
Every day, at least 20 minutes a day as an actor for everything, for your voice, for your
Breathing.
lungs,
Well, that's the thing is for your cardio. Acting takes a lot of cardiovascular energy, man. So you better be in shape.
Well, let me get out of effing pain, and then I will do those things. But all I can think about is the pain in my neck.
Who knows?
All day, every
Who knows?
day.
Maybe the working out will be a prescription for the pain.
You're right. I don't know because I
Possibly.
ain't tried it.
know.
Hot yoga.
Man, yeah, I love hot yoga.
That was an
hot
experience.
I love hot yoga.
You
love
did it?
Mm-hmm.
Did we go together?
No, I've done hot yoga myself before.
I love
did it here
It's
for
a
the
place in
first
Santa
time.
Rosa,
Yeah.
downtown. I love
Downtown.
it.
It's not far from us at all, and it's I've been in there energized. I've been in there 3 times, I think. now, and the first experience I was not prepared.
Oh, I definitely was not prepared. We went on a girls' night, and it wasn't hot.
Hold up.
She said hot yoga, but that class was hot Pilates.
What
And
kind
yes,
that's even worse.
Yes.
Oh, what kind of friends you got?
very adventurous friends. And I was like, sure, I'll go. It sounds fun. I think it's like for the happy hour, it's like $10 or something. And I walked in, I was like, oh, it's hot.
Understatement. Because it's beyond hot in those things. Man.
It was sweating.
I must excuse myself.
You must excuse yourself? Okay, well, we're going to put the camera right on you and let people see you walking out. Not sure what happened there.
Yeah, but it was hot Pilates.
You can have
and it was intense.
I did hot yoga a handful of years ago before moving out here. I did it a handful of times in Carolina, and I loved it. It was hard, but I sweat like that just doing regular yoga.
Oh,
I don't know why. I sweat more doing regular yoga than I do going to pump iron.
Wow.
Like we'll put in yoga on the TV in here, do a session, and I'll be drenched.
Wow.
I have no idea why.
That was the only time I sweat. And I was like, maybe when I work out, I'm not working out hard enough because I don't sweat. But that was like my first time experiencing like a workout sweat. And it felt really good.
Nice.
And I was like, I should be able to balance on one foot. Like if I'm ever somewhere and need to save my life or hold on to life till somebody rescues me,
that's
I am
bit
done.
Of self-awareness that a lot of us miss out on. We realize how we can't just balance on one foot, or we forget how much energy it takes to just jump.
Yes,
it's tough.
Stand in place and just jump and try to touch the ceiling.
We're
that's
done.
a lot of.
We're done.
I used to think, I got this. I could do, but things have changed in my body.
It feels like overnight.
Yes, they really have changed.
Because she was like, hold it here for 20 seconds. I was like, I got it. She was at like 3. I was wobbling.
I didn't take my... Well, see, the first time I went... Welcome back, Phoebe. The first time I went... It literally looked like I was being led to hell. Because it was candles right
they do that.
around the path down in there. So I get in there and it's dark and the ceilings are, kind of low or what have you. And
keeping it hot in there.
Everything was hot. The floor was hot. The walls were hot. Everything. The air was hot. The mats were hot.
The music was hot.
Everything was hot. I saw Satan. I think I told you I heard it.
You did not see
Satan. I heard it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the lady's up there doing she was a really, really thin lady, and I was in there trying to make it. I'm going to make it. And we signed up for an hour and a half.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Well, we didn't do that the next time. We don't know why we did that. We did it because it was supposed to be slower, but you don't want to do slow hot yoga.
No.
You want to get it out. And I made it an hour of it, but she was up there talking, telling us to do something. And I remember looking up and her voice and I looked around at everybody else. I'm like, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear her voice change? Her voice literally
John
changed.
says that's what that holy water's for.
We needed it.
Yes. But yeah, I was like, it's time for me to get
it.
out of here. I didn't bring water like that.
I did the 90-minute one time. And I said, okay, no.
It needs to go fast.
Because you stay in that pose for a very long time. But it was meditative because like you really do have to be
focus
in that pose
to try to stay in that spot, in that angle. Once you get it, that's if you even get the freaking pose.
Yeah.
I will do the modification. I'm doing the modification.
My favorite pose is the Shavasana.
Yes.
At the end. You surrender yourself to the floor.
I like child's pose.
Child's pose feels good too.
We don't stay there long enough.
Child's pose feels good. But, so they let you stay there. They say no rush to get up. And I'm not in a rush. No,
Shavasana.
No, I'm
Yeah.
talking about child's pose. I don't stay there long enough, or it would be my favorite.
no
too.
judgment zone. No judgment zone.
Oh my gosh, folks! This is everyday people doing everyday shit, hanging out here on a afternoon shoot, if you will. Thank y'all for being here.
Thank y'all
we
for
got
being here.
Queen Pruitt sitting over there. We got Lee Janine sitting over there, and you got me, Aunt Pruitt. Going to pause for a few seconds for an ad break to help try to pay some bills. And when we be back, I got some stuff that I want us to dive into, a couple topics. So y'all stay right there. We'll be right back after this. And we are back. Thank you for being here. Everyday people doing everyday shit. Before we jump into the topics, I want to do a quick shout out to some other creators that are out there. First off, the song that you all hear that plays for everyday people, everyday shit, comes from my man Anthony Farrior. He's a creator. He's a music writer, and he's a tech guy. And you can find him on panfurWare.com. He reached out to me. He says, hey, if you don't have a sponsor, I can open up a shop and let you do affiliates. So maybe that can help sponsor the show. And I told him, man, thank you. I appreciate that. And he does have a shop at panfurware.com. I'll put that in our show notes with different t-shirts and so forth. And I told him straight up, I said, hey, man, I'm not sure everybody in my audience is going to be interested in some of the designs that you have, but I will share it out. And I do appreciate the love. I just want to, mention other creators out here today that are doing good stuff, because creators have to support other creators.
Amen.
And I also want to shout out the Jamhole.com, hosted by my homie Matt Lee. Check him out. His show is so funny. I'm going to get back to him in a few minutes from one of the topics that I wanted to get to. But check him out, thejamhole.com. Also check out his Patreon.
Do you have
I
photo?
support his Patreon. That photo is floating around on my social media channels somewhere.
Oh, okay.
And then lastly, I want to shout out Ozone Nightmare.
Ozone.
You see him in our chat from time to time,
Yes.
Mr. Joe Esposito. I am a subscriber to his channel and his Patreon as well. It's Ozone Nightmare is the name of it. I can't think of the URL. Yeah, it's a weird URL, so I won't say the URL, but I'll link to these folks in the show notes. But go show these guys some love. He's an interesting artist, and he does movie reviews of B movies of all things. it's hilarious.
B movies.
This dude goes all in on B movies.
Oh wow.
All in. No exaggeration.
Well, I definitely appreciate his feedback now,
This dude,
for real.
He is something else, man. Joe Esposito is something else. So check him out. Again, I'll link to all of these creators in the show notes here below. Now, back to us. First bit of news that I wanted to cover is regarding Sonya Massey. Shout out to Cinder Fractal sending me this story, as well as to John Helm sending me a story. As of February 7th. Now,
That's
granted,
not what's up here.
this is now February 19th. So this is as of February 7th, and it's on CBS News. The family of Sonya Massey has reached a settlement agreement with Sangamon County for $10 million. And there's a lot going on in this story. I'll link to it as well. But it's a $10 million agreement because the county is going through its changes of trying to revamp their whole sheriff's department. And they got a new sheriff in there. And she seems to be going in and just ripping shit out and putting new stuff in and really trying to change things up and make it better. It was good to see that there was a settlement and some type of justice. This isn't the only justice, some type of justice for the family. I've yet to see anything far as the officer involved. I'm not going to say the jackass's name. Yet to see anything regarding him, far as if any sentencings or things like that. But he is not roaming the streets. I do know that. He's not just walking around here scot-free, roaming the streets. But with this story, though, $10 million was agreed upon. Problem.
They ain't been paid yet, right?
They haven't been paid yet.
Because they ain't got enough money.
They don't have the money.
That's what I read. I was like, nothing's happened. Oh, we agree upon it, but you ain't gonna get it.
They don't have the money yet.
Unbelievable.
That's unfortunate, but I believe, since this has gone through the legal system, I believe this will happen. Somebody's going to have some serious debt. I mean, heck, we are the United States of America. We have the worst credit ever because we got so much debt. So people can have debt. So something's going to happen at some point. I don't know when. Again, this was written on February 7th of this year, and we are now recording on February 19th. I don't have the latest update as of yet. Thoughts from the panel?
It's a scandal and a shame.
That's all I can say.
That's it.
It's
what my great grandma used to say.
Say that one more time.
It's a scandal and a shame. It's a scandal and a shame. Okay. But my great grandma pushed it all together. It's scandal and a shame.
Yeah, that was a saying.
Yes, that was a saying that if this news would have broke, that would have been her comment.
It's a scandal and a shame.
It's a scandal and a shame.
And it is because they trying to say, okay, we working on it. And this is what we saying we're going to give her, but she don't have it yet. So, because we don't have it.
Yeah.
But so nothing's really been solved. And what's going on with the dude? What's going on with him? Okay, he not on the streets, but
he's
is he locked up behind bars?
Yeah, he's behind bars
with the other folks.
He's behind bars. The problem is there hasn't been a trial yet. It's been a long time. It hasn't been a trial yet. I'm a little surprised on that, but I'm not a legal expert, so who knows? John Helm is mentioning something about money. He says the problem is that most money charged to those folks don't have that amount of money. Yeah, right. And
is that a small little town or whatever?
Yeah, it's a small town, but I still believe they'll get it because.
But that doesn't stop the next incident. That's what's frustrating.
Especially now, now you can't. I'm hearing all things through the grapevine and just back talk. With all the news, people in office, you're not going to be able to sue for discrimination or even take up for yourself for discrimination, or if somebody could. The words retarded and other words are going to be okay to say and stuff like that. It's like, damn. Okay. So
yeah. Now, when I heard that
things like that are okay,
that last thing you said,
what else is going to be okay?
That last thing you said was a deep fake. As far as the retarded and stuff like that, that was a deep fake. So that's a big part of the problem right now. Is there's a lot of totally
fake news. Is that what you mean?
News and incorrect information that's being spread as propaganda here, and it just catches like wildfire because people seek out that controversy for whatever reason.
Is it seek out when things happen? Though? That's what I was going to say. I started working at a brewery, and we had a couple come in, and they were like, "Oh, you have paper straws? Do you know you're in violation?" And I said, "Okay." They were like, "Yeah, Trump signed an executive order banning paper straws," and I laughed because I was like, "Oh, you're being funny." And then I Googled it, and it was serious. So it's like the deep fake and the extremes. You don't know what's
real because
there's a lot. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that out there.
But then even with that executive order stuff, okay, there are some things where state laws supersede federal laws. So again, first we got to check our sources, and secondly, we need to make sure we understand where we are, because some things do not apply and some things are bull crap. But unfortunately, we as a society are pretty hysterical on things, and not hysterical on other things when we should be.
Well, I don't know.
But yeah, that's, as you said, it's not the end of it, but I still believe this will they will get their money. I still believe they will get their money.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to whatever happens to the jackass.
We need a Gulf of America.
We need a Gulf of America.
Oh my goodness.
Thank God we at least have a Gulf of America.
Well, at least
says John Haynes.
as a
That's
social
hilarious.
studies teacher, I don't have to worry about that hitting our books because they're always 20 years behind anyway. So
Yeah.
it'll still be the Gulf of Mexico for
Sure enough.
all K through 12 public school students.
Sure enough.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
It's true.
It's odd. It's odd.
All right. So I want to switch to another story here. Now, this one, I spoke about my man, Matt Lee, and the Jamhole.com. I got this from listening to his recent episode. And this story is on ABC. No, yeah, it is ABC News. So let me pull this up. The headline reads, "A humpback whale briefly swallows a kayaker in Chilean Patagonia," and it's all captured on camera. Boy, that is a long ass headline. But okay, first off, all right, I got a little bit of a
Who
rant here.
Who did swallow Jonah?
And Matt went there. Matt and DJ on their show, they went there. It's like, is this Jonah in the way? You know,
That's a whole song.
It sure is.
this headline, hey, journalism folks, this is why you're not getting clicks. You put everything in the headline,
Yes.
and everybody's like, okay, well, I don't got to read it. You know,
Yeah, that's about a man getting swallowed up by a fish for real.
you know, make it to where we want to click on it. Okay, so, all right. So editorial side out of the way. Okay, so anyway, this is the video. I'll see if I can. If I do this, can you see it?
He should have went to Nineveh.
See it
It
full
was
screen?
really weird.
Check this out, man. This dude is on this kayak, and I don't have sound now because we have an extra mic here, so I lost that input. I'm gonna run it back. This happens really quick. Okay. Oh, that's tasty. Oh no, that didn't taste so well. Let me spit that out.
It wasn't seasoned.
And it wasn't seasoned, she said.
That is,
And then it just keeps swimming by. And it's
That's
like,
not
all
what
right.
I want.
Oh, let me see what else is around
and look
here.
at him. He just all nonchalant. Come on. I don't know.
Well, later he is. I'm sure it took him a little bit to get to that point, but out in the middle of the freaking ocean.
And someone just happened to be recording you, Jonah.
Okay, so you think they staged that?
I mean, look, I don't know if I would be like that right there after being swallowed by a whale and spit out.
Baby, look, this dude. All right, I don't even know if that's the same dude because he was out there with two people.
And it's a real video. It's not
in
AI.
Spanish. Yeah, it's in Spanish, so I couldn't understand everything on it.
Or maybe that wasn't him right there.
Yeah, this
He
may
might-
be the partner that was filming. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, and again, his hair is dry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It could have
that's
been
why
a while.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe he's had time to collect himself if that is the guy in the boat.
Yeah.
You know, so again, we got to think critically nowadays when we see our news media and stuff because they trick us. They're
I
trying to trick us out,
know.
man.
And that's all I'm thinking about anymore. What is real? What is fake? What is real? What is fake? I don't know if that's real.
But dude,
But that is pretty interesting.
just imagine that he was inside a damn whale's mouth. Can you just visualize that?
No.
Exactly.
Can you visualize I'm inside
I'm
a
thinking I'm
mouth's
dead.
beast,
And I can come out and talk about it.
and he gonna come out and tell stories about that?
And I'm not going to work Monday.
No.
I survived. I'm not.
I'm done. God is trying to
Yeah.
told me already.
I'm not going back to work after I was swallowed by a whale because that's
Thank you,
all I want to
Clarence
talk
Brown. I
about.
believe the same thing. I can't
Right.
believe it's real.
I'm not going
Clarence
to work.
Brown says he can't believe it's real. Yeah,
It's something.
it's
John said not working.
John said he
Exactly.
ain't working either.
I should be a millionaire after that, bruh.
I'm hiding.
So you gonna get the money from the damn whale? He's
The
just out.
world.
He's just out.
TMZ.
My video, that's me. This me right here. I survived. You, hey.
I'm gonna open up a church, sell books or
I am the
something.
new age Jonah.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm gonna testify.
yeah, something.
I done been to the esophagus of a whale.
20th century.
Huh?
Is that what we in?
No, this is
21st.
21st century Jonah.
Yes.
Oh,
See,
21st.
that's his handle. And we're going to have merch. And
There you go.
I'm not going back to
Telling
work.
you.
How do you go sit in a cubicle after you were swallowed by a whale? No.
I'm like, I'm bigger than this. You just told
My
me.
life has more
I have
purpose.
some other purposes, not in here.
Oh,
No.
wait a minute. So, do you think he's going to turn into a cult leader?
Hopefully not.
Hope not.
Hopefully not.
I don't think Jonah did.
He can be an influencer, not cult. Don't. He can be an
A
influencer.
John
survivor.
says, imagine the water cooler talk
Exactly.
on Monday. How was your weekend? I got swallowed by a whale. Besides that, not much.
Right.
You bullshitting. You know this and bull.
Not going back to work.
Whatever.
Oh,
Not believing
gosh.
it.
We're going to pause one more time for another quick break. Thank y'all for being here. This is Everyday People doing everyday shit. I am Aunt Pruitt. She's Phoebe Pruitt. She is Lee Janine, the
Hello.
greatest niece of all time.
Oh,
sitting
yay.
Right over there.
I think I am a great
Sitting
niece.
right over there. In
I am a
the
great
niece.
cut, man. No, that's not it. That's the one we want. That one. The niece the Pruitts are truly proud of right there. Damn right.
Built for it
folks.
tough with an asterisk. I have an asterisk by my for it tough because I will take a nap and cry.
Yeah, she will. She will. But it's all right.
I'll get it done after my nap and my tears.
It's all good.
Uh-huh.
All right. So
Trust
y'all
me, I go stomping a lot of times.
so y'all stay right there. We'll be right back after this break. And we are back. Everyday people doing everyday shit. Folks, if you haven't already, join our extended family. Good old Patreon. Patreon.com/Aunt Pruitt. That is what I call the extended family. That is what I call my social network of choice. Why? Because that's where I run my mouth if I feel like running my mouth online. Yeah, I'll post to X and I'll post to Instagram and this and that or what have you, but it's literally just autopilot shit. I'm literally just putting it out there, feeding the machine to get people to come check us out in the extended family of Patreon. You can join Patreon for free and be a part of our conversations. That community continues to grow. We've had a lot of fun just this week alone, talking a lot of smack and going through some of the funny castings of
Whoever thought.
of reality TV shows that are currently being pitched right now. I don't know if you've seen that. It's been some crazy pitches out there.
No,
Some
I
haven't seen
crazy
that.
pitches out there. And I'm hoping they'll get greenlit just
Wow.
just for the namesake of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's one out there that's like, were you dating a geek and he cheated on you? And that's like the title. You know?
Reality TV.
Yeah, they're all reality
TV.
TV.
So many
I
reality
have.
TVs on.
Are they open
Hello.
castings?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no.
And you can tell your story
Yeah.
for money?
Yeah, for cash.
I should be compensated.
Oh gosh, it's a bunch of them out there, y'all.
Geeks
It's a
cheat.
bunch of 'em.
I don't know.
there's
Why
geeky
wouldn't geeks
ones.
cheat?
You know, hold on. Let me go over here and look on the screen. Let me hop into Patreon real quick because I could show or tell you a couple of them that we were laughing
Geeks cheat.
at. But it's
Still-
mostly reality TV stuff.
Yeah.
Mostly. Like I just shared some pictures of, I had to send images to the production people for wardrobe because I've learned that everything that wardrobe has doesn't fit me. So
No, your wingspan. I'm learning that too. Like
so I need to
measurements.
show y'all, hey, this is what I got that
What?
actually
his
fits.
wingspan is
So let's check this out.
longer than his body.
Oh, dang.
Oh, wow.
I thought
Like
I
it
had
should
one
be.
at the ready, but it doesn't look like I have one at the ready. But anyway, check us out, patreon.com. Oh, here it is. Men dating or married to a female breadwinner. That is another one that's coming up. And the show is called Sugar Mamas.
I wish I was one.
I'm a Splenda mama.
Split.
I'll buy you a coffee.
All right, that's the show title.
I'm a splendor mama. That's what's
Mama.
up.
I'll buy you
That's
a
the show
coffee.
title. Write that down. Okay,
Not
anyway.
sugar.
Not sugar.
Thanks for checking us out. Patreon.com/Aunt Pruitt. Join for free or join one of the paid tiers. It is greatly appreciated. Speaking of the whole casting thing and whatnot, I forgot to talk about one of the casting things, and I forgot to talk about a job interviews. I told Patreon I was going to talk about a job interview. I'm not going to say names, so I'll keep it somewhat general. I did an interview, as you know, Queen Pruitt, with an airline here at Santa Rosa. Mm-hmm. And I remember applying for said job and looking at the rate on the little online form and whatnot and thinking, all right, I can apply for this and I could probably talk them into some more money because I'm me, you know. They're just hey, wait a minute, what's so damn funny?
I wouldn't have thought that looking at it.
But that's...
And I'm me.
But what was the job?
Well, okay. I absolutely wouldn't have thought that because it is with an airline. Yeah. And when you see something like that with an airline and with whatever, if they're posting for that rate,
that's what you're going
to get. That's your rate. What
it's going to get. But anyway, so I applied and I got the call back and went to the interview. And I was thrown off because it said at the bottom of it, we'll see you at the group interview on blah, 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 blah. And I was like, wait a minute, is that a typo? Group interview? And whatever. I get there early. I'm earlier than the airline people, apparently.
Yeah.
So I walk into the room that was specified as the interview room, and it's about 4 tables and a bunch of empty chairs, and I'm like, they really are going to do this as a group.
Oh, wow, no.
Fortunately, the group was only 3 people, including myself. So fortunately, it was only 3, but it was still a damn group. Mm-hmm. And the lady started the interview with, all right, first off, this thing don't pay a lot of money.
She's making sure you know what you see on that paper right
out
there.
the gate,
that is what you're getting.
Excuse me.
You're not going to be able to talk us up. This is it.
I was like, wow. And so I'm carrying on with the interview, and it makes me laugh because, again, this is a group interview. No. And the interviewer says, so Aunt, in an interviewing voice, tell me about so-and-so. And I'll just say, how do you define customer service?
Oh,
just something, whatever. Mm-hmm. I answer the question. And because I'm brilliant, it's a damn good answer. Mm-hmm. She turns to the person next to me. So-and-so asked the same damn question.
Copy it.
Old dude said pretty much what I said, but just tried to shift it around. Same damn shit. Okay. Then she asked the next person, because again, there's only 3 of us in there.
Yeah.
This person says, well, just like what he said.
Exactly.
She said it just like that, verbatim. Just like what he said, I would blah, 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 blah. And that went on for a half hour. I'm like, well, damn, every time I answer the question.
That's how it's going to be.
I mean, it's a group project. Like, we're in this together.
That's not interviewing,
No.
So that made me laugh. But then the rate was the problem. And I'm not going to say what the rate is, but I will say it is essentially minimum wage here in this area. And I was like, if I get offered this job, I don't know if I could do that. It's minimum wage. You can't live in Sonoma County, California on minimum wage. No. You just can't.
You cannot. I don't even understand how.
I don't know how people do it.
But
I'm still trying to figure it out.
But there's the whole benefit of it being the airline, where as soon as you get an employee ID, you get to fly standby for free. Period.
Okay.
when
And
you gonna have time to go somewhere?
Hold up.
Or the money to even go.
Hold up.
You can't buy snacks.
No snacks when you get there. What I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna stand here and say I got a job.
You just gotta go fly
airline.
to where your family is.
Yeah,
you just stay with family.
I heard the benefit and I was like, man, that sounds good. But then when I thought more about it, she said standby. And I don't know if y'all have experienced standby at an airline. I have not, but I've seen people on standby and I know what it feels like. I don't want no part of that.
That's just you're hoping to get on the plane.
And wishing.
Yeah, and I want no part of that because I have been one of those passengers that have bumped somebody off of a flight because we had bad weather, and I took priority because of my ID, blah, 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 whatever reason. I took priority, and they said, okay, Mr. Pruitt, we're going to get you back to Charlotte first. Hey, you so-and-so, you're going to have to go sit down over here.
Oh, wow.
You know, so I don't want no part of standby as a family man. If I was a single dude, probably wouldn't matter as much.
The group interview would have made me leave.
You know, and then even because
like you don't even care.
No,
you don't care. You trying to get bodies in here that is willing to work for this wage.
You want me to be a team player, and I'm not. So I don't want to do this anymore.
So right, she's like, no, I'm not a team player.
Do not play well with others.
And so I and it also reminded me of, you know, a couple times in my travels in the past, you know, I would message you and say, hey, weather's bad. I'm not going to rush to get back. I'm going to give up my seats, you know, something like that, that kind of thing. I'll give up my seats if it comes up, because one, I'll get paid for it, and two, that I could also get some type of credit or what have you towards another flight for us to take, you know. So I tried to be strategic about it, but again, I had the power. Unlike the person on standby, it's no power whatsoever.
Oh.
You know, so I personally couldn't sign off on that. So if offered a job, I'm pretty sure I'll decline it, because number one is minimum wage.
Yeah.
I don't even know how they could even do that.
Sonoma County was doing better with that. They know
only
how
with
expensive.
Only with the fast food workers.
What isn't that up to 21 or 20?
It's interesting that you mentioned that over there, because there is a bill right now in place for the fast food restaurants that are making more money than what this airline is going to pay. But there is also another bill that is part of this so-called investigation that's going on right now that's specifically for the Santa Rosa airport to increase wages.
Yes.
So part of my head is like, let me see if y'all can give me a holler later on after y'all figure all this stuff out, because their union is going to get involved too. Because the union is like, hey, y'all need to pay us more money, like most unions do. But,
and they're getting more flights. Yeah. Like I'm just seeing the news. They're getting more flights and more traffic. So hopefully they can pay those people more and the workers more, because I understand that it's small. Yeah. But
and like I say, it's
still Sonoma County. Yeah,
and that's what I say. The union is so like, expensive. Please, we need to get more money, but the state itself has said to the airport and the airlines involved, y'all need to fix this.
Oh, that's good.
So, but none of that is solved yet.
Right.
But it is on the table.
So you can
just
keep
like
it open.
Tips is on the table too, but I ain't heard no more about that.
I ain't heard anything
the
yet.
Taxing of the tips.
To share tips.
You always have to share, but
I've
it's the
never
taxing.
shared. I've never shared.
Well, you always
tips.
worked by yourself. You didn't have to. I mean,
I did have
you
other
tip out
waitresses.
bussers and stuff like
Not
that?
at Waffle House. We were.
Oh, you
everything.
said you have to share tips
at the bar at the brewery. We share tips.
Oh, okay. I yeah, because you're all behind the bar.
No, the person that comes in that works day shift, and if I work night shift, they add up the tips for everybody and disperse them.
If I had my soundboard, I would put a big old right up on there now.
And I don't understand. So let's say I make a tip. Like Waffle House taught me a lot about making great tips.
Talking to people.
I could make however much money I make, and I still have to share that with others who may not
do that.
So
that's tough.
I've never had to do that before. I've
never had to do that either.
I've never had to split my tips.
They tried that at the casino with the beverage servers, and they lost a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that's back to they're making their own money, because you got so many people that sit up and they talk about, I ain't making no money, and they sitting in there looking at their nails.
It's not fair.
You know why you're not making any money? Because you back here talking about it. You need to be out there. But those people get this. No, I was like,
I just don't understand the benefit of it for those of us who talking to people is an art, communicating is an art, interesting conversation, knowing when to suggest something new is like, that's a thing, a craft that you're not,
your experience.
Yeah, I was a little bummed out about that, but I get to drink free beer, so
beer.
Yes, and I'm tasting all different kinds of stouts and ales.
And
like
learning.
I'm,
Yes.
That's what I want.
That's why I have to go back to hot yoga.
Talks it all out.
It's like, oh, you can have any of our beers free off the clock. I was like, this is a dream. We'll make it work.
Tanya was saying she heard on APG Crew, which is another creator that I support, the airline pilot guy. Love those guys, airlinepilotguy.com. APG Crew, that it can be really tough flying standby. Yeah, and they're freaking pilots.
Yeah, it is.
They're freaking pilots.
That's sad.
And they know that that's not a benefit. So why even put that on there? It's trying to make it look like it's a benefit.
So do you have to
for
come
not
to the
paying you.
airport packed and just wait?
I don't
Pretty
know.
much.
But now, again, the person in the interview was saying that, some of them have sort of figured out the system and can work it out, but again, it's a gamble. But I don't know. I'm not feeling it myself, and I know people be like, "Dude, you ain't working nowhere." But that still ain't working.
No, that is
this minimum wage. You watch it go right out the door.
I mean, seriously,
you don't get to eat.
You don't get to eat.
Right.
And it's nothing here, especially when you talk about gas being almost $6
and the gas
again.
is almost $6 for my car. Heck, no, dude, that's not happening.
And eggs, $12.
The eggs are gone.
Yeah. Now my
Neighborhood
eggs
market.
again. Unfortunately,
I mean, he
I
can
go
find
to
them.
the special egg store in Petaluma, considering this is the dairy capital of the country. We got chickens everywhere. Granted, the price in the eggs did go up, but I'm still paying significantly less than what everybody else is paying in the grocery store, and I'm getting a lot more at that particular farm store. So if you can do something like that, folks, and go to a local farm, try that. It'll probably save you a lot of money, and you're probably going to get a fresher product too on top of that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was I did a shoot last week, and I did another one this weekend, and I've shared some of the experience with you, and I wanted to reshare it with you again, Queen Pruitt, and you too, Miss Lujanine, now that you're here. So last week I did a shoot for the casting call came in. It's basically like a Silicon Valley tech company looking for talent to do this pose, blah, 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 blah. That's how it came in. It wasn't that.
Oh no.
It wasn't that, because what happens a lot of times is the casting people will use these casting services to get the initial contact information, and then they'll reach out to you directly through your personal channels or whatever, because it's just more streamlined. And I get that if you trust it. And so I get that. And when they sent it again, the description was slightly different. And when I realized after I had committed to it, I was like, this isn't necessarily a casting. This is like a research product, marketing research thing. I don't know if y'all remember, but I can remember years ago in Charlotte, there was this market research company. I think they were called Leibovitz, where they'd pay you like $100 to come in there for an hour to fill out surveys.
Oh, I remember that, but I didn't know they had a name. I just tried to run from them in the mall.
just to fill out.
At the kiosk running you
It's
down.
like, oh shoot, there they go. Go this way, go this way, go this way. They gonna come for you. That's all I remember
But
about them.
it wasn't hard work. It was literally just fill out surveys for an hour, and we give you $100 and you go on about your business. Well, this was similar to that, but it wasn't filling out a survey. It was me posing and doing this and that for, I'm guessing it's some Silicon Valley tech company. I don't know, but it seemed interesting that it came through a casting agency, and I'm thinking I'm getting ready to do some casting type work, but it wasn't. I'm glad I did it, because I can't say what exactly I saw, but I'm pretty excited to see what's going to come of this research down the road, because These tech companies, they working on some shit. They trying, some of them anyway. And then there was a shoot this weekend. Again, NDA, but I'll keep it vague. Did a shoot this weekend, and it was cold. The weather got freaking cold all of a sudden. It was supposed to be an outside shoot. And of course, since the weather got cold and the rain came in, they was like, okay, we need to figure something out. And the client is a very, very big client that this shoot was for. Very, very big, world-renowned client. Mm-hmm. They said, okay, we won't do it outside. We'll figure out a way to do it indoors, quote unquote, indoors, quotes. Mm-hmm. And we were still outside, but we were sheltered. So it was still cold and we're just layered up and whatnot. And this production was massive. The problem I had was the direction. We had the director, we had the associate director, and then you have your producer and your executive producer and so forth. We were there for like 11 hours. No, it was 11 hours because they thought we'd been done within 10 hours or less, but it ended up being 11 hours. And the whole time I'm like, we're doing this scene over and over and over again. And I'm just background. Mm-hmm. We're doing this scene over and over and over again because the main talent, one, don't quite understand what the director is trying to tell them, or they don't know their lines, which is just brief lines. And it was going back and forth, retake. And then it got to a point where it was a literal pissing match. The freaking director and associate director went off to the side and had a pissing match over the vision. And I'm like, so
you see that on TV.
I'm like, so who's in charge? So who's in charge here? But what I did find was it was easier to understand what the associate director was saying as he tried to translate, and I'm saying it in quotes, translate what the director's vision was. Because the director would get up there and say, all right, take so-and-so. I need this and that done and do it this way and action. And people would just sit there. What the hell did you just say? It didn't make any sense. And so the associate director did, for lack of better terms, did speak English where everybody could understand, that kind of thing. But even the two of them had their own bit of a pissing match trying to figure out the vision. And I'm like, man, this is a big time client. Why is this so damn hard? And eventually,
shit happens.
And that big time client spent money.
They got it.
And they spent,
I don't even know who it is.
They spent money for this production because it was a ton of people. And it was great to see people. Day. It was great to see people that I've recognized from previous shoots and previous production companies were there. It was great. But how many times does the associate director got to say quiet on set? Should only have to say that probably 3 times all day. Just
all day. Oh my God.
I mean, when they say, all right, when they yell ready, when they yell ready, everybody gets to their spots.
That's what's supposed to happen.
How many times this dude said quiet on the set and stop talking is beyond me. He should have only said, I'm serious, at least maybe 3 times in a day. But he said it 20 times an hour, it seemed like, because people just kept talking.
Kids.
There was one time.
Sounds like teaching.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm like, where these people come from?
Sound like my classroom.
It was the weirdest production. I mean, I'd do it again because it's money, but still.
He should try to have a little light. That's what I use in my classroom because I got tired of saying be quiet. So I put LED lights up, and when I change the color, if the lights go purple, they know no talking.
Oh,
I like that.
And then if it's blue, they can speak with a whisper. Green or any other color is normal. But if I turn the LED lights purple, they just know no talking because that gets irritating.
Saying
say
it over and over again.
And then explaining no talking, no rapping, no talking to yourself, no making noises from your mouth.
You got to break it all the way down.
Quiet on the set means quiet on the set.
I think I'm gonna change. I like quiet on the set. I can, instead of saying silence, I like quiet on the set.
Silence.
There was one instance. Jeff Dunham in the house.
Every time I hear silence, that's the first thing that follows it in my head.
There was one instance where he called ready and said camera set or what have you, and immediately we hear a power drill going off in the background because the grips are working on another set.
Oh, wow.
But they don't have the thing that says quiet or applause or, like on sets, they have a
this
sign.
I said in air quotes, indoor.
Okay.
So we wasn't necessarily
in a studio.
But I mean, which is normal. They'll do these, they shoot movies outside all the time. Mm-hmm. But you still have to
be quiet.
Be quiet on the set because there's mics everywhere. And they pick up every little thing. They pick up every little thing. You see the mic people with the booms up in the air like this. They're everywhere.
That should be a job.
What's that?
To carry around a quiet sign. So they don't get
That's what Ready is supposed to do.
That's what Ready is supposed to do.
Just carry around a sign.
But man, that was interesting. And I look forward to when this particular ad comes out just to see what it looks like, because conceptually it looks amazing. What he was describing and then what we shot, I'm like, oh, this is going to look so good because there's so much like tech involved, and all I can think about was the editor. The editor is going to have to be really, really skilled to pull this off. And I'm pretty sure they got a skilled editor because it goes from night to day kind of thing. The transitions are. And I'm just using that loosely. But it literally goes from night to day, shot to shot. But even though those are two polar opposites, it can work for this ad. And I'm looking forward to it. So they said it'll be about 6 weeks. And if I get a copy, I will share said copy.
Yay. I want to see it.
And then lastly, I just want to say, Queen Pruitt, we're going to keep getting on these mics every week.
Yay.
Because this is the second time
I love it.
that I've been told. Saw your podcast. We want to have you audition. Or saw the podcast. We want to cast you for this. So
keep going.
We're going to keep being on these damn mics, whether Patreon like it or not. No, I'm kidding. But no, this is, I got another audition coming up this weekend. And I hope I can get the role because that'll be nice.
You don't want to be on the mic every week?
Oh no, we are on the mic every week. I'm just saying that he's been having luck. People have been contacting him about auditions and whatnot through
so hopefully you have the show on your profiles too.
I haven't been in there to rebuild it because I haven't paid for it.
I thought you just renewed it.
No, I haven't renewed it, and I got to get so many other ones. I haven't done anything because I have said braces, and I can't take.
There's that.
I can't take a headshot. It's a lot of things that I'm restricted on doing right now.
Right.
Because I can't show me. Now or in the
I need to take another headshot,
and I need to redo
myself.
As I'm learning in school. I don't need to put my play age range on my resume. In one form it says you could put your ranges of what you could play, but it's saying no, don't do that. So it's so many things I need to go back in and change up on that resume. I put it on mine. I got to get these braces.
I put the age range on mine because there are some instances where I think I could come off as a 40-year-old, and then there's some instances where I could come off as a 55, 60-year-old.
But they're saying you need to let that casting person decide.
I could see that
instead of you deciding what ages you think you could play.
Because it might put you in a box.
I'm saying I put it on my profile, and when they go to look at the profile, it'll say capable of XYZ. And that's where I put it.
Okay. Well, I mean, it might be over the profile, but I won't put it on my resume. I got to take it off of my resume.
I'm not putting my resume. CV. Honestly, I haven't put my resume out there.
Acting CV is
That's a
the
different.
one I'm talking about.
Oh, that one. No, okay, yeah.
Because
That
I've done only because I have done the plays.
Yeah, you got that. I don't.
Shoot, I'm trying to get all the credit I can. I'm waiting to see what they're gonna have for next season of shows at the JC. So hopefully I'm better at my job and can get a role and get, casted something, doing something. I don't know.
It's still fun watching you go through this and listening to your sometimes pain coming back from class.
Because of the matchups with the group.
But it's part of the freaking process. We all know that it's part of the process, and it's cool seeing you go through that bit of pain and also go through the joys of when the light bulb goes off. It's like, oh, I get it now. Like even with some of your drawing and stuff, it's fun watching you battle through drawing. Because drawing is not for everybody.
No, it's not.
It's not for everybody.
I'm telling you, these classes
but
that I'm taking
making
this
you
semester,
do that stuff.
they're making us do all of this before I can act. That's what I want to do.
You're putting in your 10,000 hours.
That's
exactly how you are
it is.
depositing into your 10,000 hours.
That's something drawing the body.
You
and
have to stick with it.
And clothes and coming up with
that's
things
an hour.
like that.
That's an hour.
And now I'm in a group of people, and I don't know how I'm going to play this out with the personalities. Like, not just me, how we as a group of 5 of us.
Yeah.
And what I read with the personalities that I see in our group, how we're going to do Romeo and Juliet our way.
That's where I would struggle because I am not the most creative person when it comes to just imaginative types of things. I can.
What I got to work with.
Okay. Speaking from a photographic standpoint, or maybe even video standpoint, I can do pretty good with replicating. And even back when I used to draw, I could draw that plant. Tell me to look at that plant and draw it, crush it. Tell me to look at a picture of you and draw it, crush it. But tell me to just go back
and create something
and just draw. I needed to draw a house on 3 acres with a card, and this is
someone get that's a request.
No, I'm just saying in general. I couldn't.
That's a class assignment.
I couldn't. I struggled with that, and I remember being in my art classes in high school and in college, and just battled with imagination types of stuff. But you want me to copy something, man? I knock it out down to the lighting and everything.
With Romeo and Juliet.
See, and I'm even having to. Like break down vocabulary words. The concept of this Romeo and Juliet, we gotta put make it ours. There's gonna be a director and
neat.
Scene.
Yeah, it's a full production.
But we gotta because I didn't know this. I didn't care about Romeo and Juliet, but there's a feud between the Capulets and the Montagues, but there was no reason for the feud. It was just, we just don't like you.
Yeah.
And it was always, what I can take from it is always red and blue.
Shocking.
Even in those times, it's always red and blue, always red and blue, always. Even with the one that's done in 1996 with Leonardo DiCaprio, which blue and red. Yeah. And
I think there's a agricultural reason for that back in the days, but I could dig into that later. And what was that? You hit your mic again? I never do this.
It's the whole assignment is in there, and we just got to come up with something. I don't know. It's a lot of words on the paper. I don't like that.
It sounds fun. A lot of words on the paper.
I don't like to have to do a lot of reading and have to just tell me what I need to do. So I have to break it all down because it's a lot for me. I get overwhelmed with it.
Are you the most seasoned or experienced person in the group?
In the acting, yes. In the group, no.
You mean as an age? What do you mean by
Yes.
Like on stage experience.
Yeah. On stage experience, I am.
Yeah. That could be fun.
I know you got this. You're gonna.
I'm excited to
I can't
hear
even think
about
of
it.
a concept.
But don't
For
think
Romeo
about
and
the big
Juliet.
concept first. Like, depending on how many people it is, tell everyone to write a setting and then put it in a jar. Tell everyone to write 2 colors or 2 things that are opposite and put it in a jar. And literally, I would
Somebody's
draw
a freaking teacher.
1,
Good
2.
Lord.
Exactly.
I would draw 1,
That's a
2,
teacher. She breaking it
3.
out down.
Someone's
That's
a
sorta
freaking
where I'm
educator.
And then from there, you start to build the overall concept.
of the-
But yeah, like,
But it's got to be around Romeo and Juliet.
it does, but you will get to the Romeo and Juliet. But as far as your settings and your characters and your, well, the plot is kind of there. You can break those things up into different pots and just choose randomly, and the story comes together. I think that'll be the easiest way to just get something on paper to write towards, and everything else just fills in. Because right now, the brainstorming, everyone's trying to get to the finish line. Put your shoes on first.
Well, their brains. I hope that
Damn, that's a quote right there.
I hope that they're brainstorming. I hope that they're brainstorming. I know I've been brainstorming.
But that's why I said, are you the most experienced? Because it also will take leadership to move it.
I don't want to be the leader in this.
Oh, well, that sometimes is what we have to do.
The world of the reluctant leaders right here.
Yes. Oh,
Never ever ask for that shit.
All of the
Guess
body
who ends up
language
leading
just
stuff?
be pointing toward me. Everybody turns around to face me, and I'm like, I don't want to be assigned this.
what? Step
I
into it.
apologize for putting that on you. 'Cause that's been the story of my life.
I don't know how to
And I'm
talk to
assuming
people.
it's been,
I don't have vocabulary.
passed on to you, and it's definitely been passed on to them 2
Toastmasters
boys.
Yeah,
Because they get the same shit too.
I understand that, but I don't know how to use my words all the time.
Toastmasters International, and we do host virtual
them sit
club
move the
meetings
crowd.
at 6:55 p.m. on Mondays.
Toastmasters, man.
Toastmasters.
I respect you for being in Toastmasters. I went to Toastmasters a gazillion years ago in Charlotte, over there off of South Boulevard. They used to hold them. And my then manager was gone because he was into politics, and he had been on the city council there, and he's a smart cat. He was a very smart cat, well read, and just name a book, he's read it, you know. But he wanted to continue to step his game up, public speaking, and he could speak well. But he still wanted to keep sharpening the tools, you know. And so I went there a couple times with him, and it's fascinating to see the work and the results.
It's transformative. I've been in it since 2015 or 2014. It is really transformative with public speaking and leadership. Yeah. Like, I directly correlate me engaging with the people I engage with in Toastmasters, the discipline I learned, how to run effective meetings, how to communicate with different styles, how to reach people, how to watch my words in real time as they're filtering through my mind, to Toastmasters. And this is my first year. I'm president of my club, and that has taken a whole new leadership, because I shied away from leadership too. Yeah. But leadership is important when you want to talk about freedom and doing your own thing. Yep. And in Toastmasters, you don't just work on your public speaking. You can get in these officer roles where you have to be accountable. So there's one in Petaluma I think you would like. After Toastmasters, they go out to Applebee's and have drinks and talk, and they're really cool. They're really cool for in person.
My dumb ass back then, he's talking about Toastmasters, and I'm like, dude, what do you mean?
This is the toast.
Toast? What?
Yeah.
I'm not drinking like that, but no, dude, it's bigger than that.
It can level you up. It leveled, and I went to college, but Toastmasters by far set me on a different path of making money, making a difference, making an impact. Because it really, if you want it, now there are people who are in Toastmasters and you cannot show up and you cannot participate. You won't get that out of it. But if you commit to it, yeah, I can have a conversation just about anything with anyone or motivate people to do anything in Toastmasters.
But I can too. I just don't want to. You know? I just don't want to. I'm telling you, I've lived the life of a reluctant leader, and it always ends up being these scenarios of, hey, let's talk about crickets, and the room gets quiet, and for whatever reason, I can talk about crickets to anybody, but I'm like, I really didn't want to be in this position. I really didn't want to have to make the room have some sound because everybody else clams up.
Well, those. When I figured out the leaders make the money,
that helps too. That helps too. I ain't gonna lie. It did help my paycheck over the years. I ain't gonna front. My paycheck was nice.
Folks are making money that makes life a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
So that's for me, that's kind of the why. No, I prefer shared leadership, but if I need to step in so I can do some things with money.
Yes.
It's easier to be a leader than to take direction from poor leaders.
No doubt.
For sure.
That's
a lot of words.
It's a lot of words.
You'll be fine, dear. Keep pushing. Yes. All right, folks, we've been running long, and I knew we'd run a little long because that's what happens when you have an extra person on set. So hopefully you all don't mind us running over a little bit. Thank y'all for being here each and every week and supporting us with the downloads, supporting us with the sharing and telling other folks about it and coming in and watching us live. Really do appreciate that and appreciate everybody being in the extended family, hanging out on Patreon, patreon.com/AuntPruitt. Want to give another thanks to the bestest niece on the whole damn planet, Miss Lujanine.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for being here.
This was awesome. I really thought I was just going to laugh on camera.
No.
You thought it was going to be studio audience.
Yes.
Live studio audience.
No. I wanted you on the camera because I wanted people to see you because, I mean, let me tell y'all, this chick here, she has a story.
Yeah,
and
she's got a story.
If people assume that Queen Pruitt can hustle and assume that I can hustle, this chick right here, she has proven she can hustle.
Still hustling.
She has proven that
she's a hustler, baby.
She has proven the difference between being hungry and just wanting something to eat. You know, because I have to fuss at a certain someone over here about wanting something to eat and being hungry. And as usual, she's in her own world.
Stay hungry, never thirsty.
It's a big difference. Thirsty. We just got a super chat come in here. John Ham with the $4.99 super chat.
John.
Thank you, my man. We do appreciate that. Thank y'all again for watching. Thank you for doing the super chats. Thank y'all for doing the super thanks because some people come in and watch these episodes late. They don't get to watch them live and they do super thanks. So thank y'all for those too. We'll see y'all next week. I'll hopefully be able to tell you about a shoot that I'm doing next week that's making me grow my facial hair back out because I was shaving it off, but they wanted me to grow it back out. And I'm like, oh, awesome. Okay, sure, you're paying. So
let it grow.
So that's awesome. Thanks for being here. We will see y'all next week. Deuces.
Yes, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Awesome.